Welcome back to Chocolate Truths and Worship, a channel where we talk about life truths, share in testimonies, worship music, and also the word of the Lord. Come on, guys, I've missed you so much. I've missed doing this so much. I must say, it wasn't intentional that I've not recorded anything in January. No, it was actually intentional, but not to you guys. It was for me. Sorry. It was for me. So, in January, or rather this year, I decided I would begin my year by seeking first the Lord. I think having the theme of my church be Matthew 6:33 the whole of last year really spoke greatly to me as a Christian who wants to live a life that pleases God, who desires to just be that close to God. It spoke so much to me, and as a result, I decided that I am going to begin my 2020 seeking the Lord. Whew. I must say it was such a riveting experience for me. Not that I've never fasted before. I have. I remember last year attempting Lent and giving up on the way. Guys, God is so gracious. But then I'm grateful that with time, God has helped me mold the culture of fasting. And so I decided that in 2020, I am going to begin my year by just seeking the Lord. I don't know why people say 2020. I think that is why I keep on pausing every time I say 2020. Let me try. In 2020, anyway, back to seriousness. So, I decided to take a 21-day fast where I was not eating certain foods. These foods being anything meat, chicken, beef, pork, fish, or that, or anything that had yeast, bread, pasta. Whew, guys, it was not easy, being that these are some of the foods I love so much. At times I think I'm carnivorous. Well, so I feel like I needed time out to just seek the Lord, because every time I've begun my year, just resolutions. This is what I want. This is what I'm asking the Lord for. This is what, most things have gone haywire. So I think also learning the importance of having God in everything is what led me to these 21 days. So I began on the 12th of January, and I finished on the 1st of February. That was last week, Saturday. And it's only a week later that I here to talk about it. I must confess, I was so excited on 1st Feb, like, tomorrow I am recording a video. I must tell everybody everything that the Lord revealed to me. I need people to know that fasting is a good thing. But well, a week later, here I am. And I feel I needed that week. I needed this week to just know what it means to come from a fast. And I feel I'm going to talk more about it in this video. So, besides just food, I also decided to abstain from social media, Facebook, Twitter. I'm not big on Twitter though. Instagram, whatever you call social media. I decided to abstain from it because I felt like to be able to also concentrate on God and hear Him without distractions from the outside world would really help. And truly it helped. Though for a moment, I felt like staying out of social media when it's one of my biggest marketing places for my makeup career would be a flop. But then I told the Lord, if I'm taking this time to seek you, you shall seek my clients for me and they shall find me, because my phone number is already on social media. And I'm grateful to God. Even though in January I didn't get clients, God did not seek them for me. Is that what I should be saying though? I don't want to say God did not seek them for me, which I've already said. But I want to believe it wasn't meant to happen in January. I thank God that I took time to seek Him. So what did it mean to me these 21 days? I must say there was so much revelation. There was so much revealing that God did to me about my focus, the things I focus in life, my concentration when it comes to studying the Word, when it comes to worship, when it comes to seeking Him and seeking Him truly. One of the things I must confess was revealed to me is anger issues. I have serious anger issues that I'm grateful that God dealt with and He's still dealing with. Just always losing it in the snap of a finger over things that you could easily ignore and just turn things around. I would put my mind in such situations, concentrate on them, become mad, become angry. But I'm grateful God revealed that to me. I also learned, as much as my prayer life had grown, there was still room for more growth, and there is still room till now for growth. I don't think we ever become the best prayer people, like now you are the one with the PhD in prayer. I think God reveals to us what he wants us to pray each and every time we decide to pray, and that is if the Spirit lives in you. Another thing I learned, that I'm easily distracted. Even during fasting, I would start reading the word. Oh, this I'm supposed to do. Oh, that I'm supposed to do. And I think fasting got me to focus, because the presence of the Lord was so tangible in my life, where I would want to do something and just, I would hear the Lord be like, no. Talk to someone, no. Go somewhere, no. And the place would be like, yes, do that, yes, do that, yes, do that. And I feel that is what happens when you're intentionally seeking the Lord. He becomes so close. He draws so close to you. You can hear his voice. You can feel his presence. You can, should I say, you can touch the presence of the Lord, because he's just nearby. He's in your ear. He's in your head. Everything you're thinking is so Christ-centered. Though there are so many distractions, there are so many things going on around you, the presence of the Lord makes it so easy to tap into him, to just hear more of him. He was so close, guys. At times I would just lose it. Like, he would reveal so many things about my life, so many things I've been doing wrong, so many people I was still holding in my heart, had not forgiven. And there was a serious process of healing for me. During that time, there's a pastor who preached about, I wish we could all just live a fasted life, whereby we were so intent on putting aside everything else in life and just intentionally seeking the Lord. And it hit me. It's actually possible, whereby we choose each and every time in our life to sacrifice a meal, to just go into prayer, to just get into the word, to just get into worship and seek the Lord. And from experience, God will honor your sacrifice. God will show up. God will do the things you want him to do. He will download his desires in your heart. He will set your life straight. He will show you the things you need to change. He will show you the things you need to build. And God has revealed to me what he wants 2020 to be for me. He has showed me where he wants me to go. He has showed me what he wants me to do in my education, what he wants me to do in my ministry life. And I feel like just having those clear revelations about what God wants to do, it has also helped me to let go and let him be in charge, because he is the one who has downloaded these things in my heart. He will be the one to also fulfill them. That doesn't mean I become lazy. It means I keep on asking him to take charge. I keep on asking him what he wants me to do. What is my next step? So guys, tune in. There's so much God has placed in my heart for you this year, and you do not want to miss out on this. Now, let me move. One thing I need to mention before I move on to what it is like after fasting. It was not easy. It wasn't easy. This is the part where people don't like talking about. Guys, people around me were eating foods I love, and for some reason it was more rampant than usual. The devil is a liar. The devil is so real, It was more rampant than usual. Then I found myself in an environment whereby meat was everything, yeast was everything, and I just had to work on not eating that. It was not easy, but I'm grateful I even had the chance to detox. Meat out of my system, less yeast out of my system. I must say I felt lighter. I can't say I felt healthy, I just felt lighter. There was just some freeness to my body. Maybe it was being healthier. Yeah, it was not easy. It took a lot of discipline. It took a lot of grace. And I thank God for his grace, because it was not by my own strength, by my own wisdom. It was by his Spirit. It was by the Spirit of the Lord. I feel like throwing in Natasha Cabs. Not by might, not by power, by your Spirit, God. Send your Spirit, God. And I feel like God literally sent his spirit for me to go through those 21 days amidst the difficulty, amidst the temptations. God was so kind and gracious to me. Now, after this 1 week, what it has been like, for a moment there, it has felt really different. I think I'd gotten so used to wake up, do this, do that. I came up with a routine of how I would go through my fast just to stay disciplined, to stay focused. And I made a mistake. Immediately after those 21 days, it's like I threw my itinerary away. It was like, I am done fasting, itinerary disappear. It's now time to go back to my life. Whoa. Was it Tuesday, at about Tuesday? Some days, okay, let me just say some day in the week, I felt like the Spirit of the Lord had just gone. He hadn't gone, but that is what I felt like, because I noticed, oh my God, my prayer routine has changed. I felt like I had taken a step back from seeking the Lord. And then God has just told me that even after fasting, it doesn't mean now you change your itinerary for praying, you change your itinerary for reading the word, for time of worship. No, I was going through my normal life and I had put all this time for seeking the Lord and it was working. Why shouldn't it continue working? Because I'm going through my normal life. It's just that now I'm eating things I wasn't eating. And I think this being revealed to me makes me feel like we can always continue living a fasted life regardless. So I think I have to take a step back and go back to my fasting itinerary and make it work, because it can work. It was working during fasting. I was still spending all that time seeking the Lord. I can still do the same and I should never stop, because the presence of the Lord was so tangible. And this past week I felt a bit of a distance. Not that the Lord has left me. I know he will never leave me nor forsake me. I live in that truth every day. But the vividness has kind of tracked. So I think I have to go back to the same itinerary, and that is my advice, guys. After fasting, don't jump back into old routines. God has been working in your life. God has been changing things, putting new perspectives, putting new ideas in your life. Keep at it, keep on just seeking the Lord and whatever he wants you to do. And my advice is, I know we're in February, some people already made resolutions. You had already made plans for this year. Just please take a day this week and seek the Lord and ask him to show you his plans, because we'd rather live in the plans of the Lord than in our own wisdom, because we will surely fail. I've failed before. And I know you've failed before. Yeah. But then with the Lord in it, we will all be victorious, because he already won. He's the winner. Yeah, people. So my advice is just take time and pray over those resolutions you've made, those plans you've made, and just ask the Lord if that is really what he wants for you. And let us purpose to seek the Lord more and more. So like I said in the beginning of this video, there is so much in store for you guys. Plug in. For those who haven't subscribed and are watching this today, subscribe. For those who have things they'd like me to talk about, kindly suggest them. Leave comments. I'd really appreciate that, because this is a year of double. And we are going to do things in a great way, because the Lord has said it's going to be a great year. And I was in an overnight prayer on the 31st of January, and Isaiah 60 was talked about. Arise, shine, for the glory of the Lord is upon you. This I'm going to talk about, it's just been put in my heart. Let me go ahead and talk about it. In 2018, was it 2018? Yes, in 2018, I lost a dear friend of mine. And while at the funeral, the mom talked about the Lord downloading the book of Isaiah chapter 60 in her heart. And I remember writing it down, going home and reading it. And this chapter talks about so much of the promises of the Lord. It reveals what God desires for you if you can just arise and shine, because the glory of the Lord is already upon you as a child of God. I remember even sharing it with my fellowship group about what that verse meant to me. And that verse reveals so many of God's promises. So in 2018, I didn't see those promises. I was like, why did I feel the significance of this verse? In 2019, I was still on the same verse, Isaiah 60, and I was like, God, what do you want to happen in my life with this verse? Now in 2019, in January, my pastor decides to talk to me about Isaiah 60, and I believe it was prophetic for me. I am holding on to that verse this year, and if you've not read that verse, go ahead and read it and declare those promises upon your life. Guys, tune in, subscribe, like. I hope to see more and more people plug into this, because guys, the greatness of the Lord is so tangible in my life this year, and I want us to experience it together. So may the Lord bless you and keep you till the next video. Bye.